everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone has had a nice day, night, evening, whatever time it is at yours. Today I really wanted to talk about Kaia Gerber and just in general really how it is to balance mysteriousness and intelligence, because I do remember I got one comment back in my previous YouTube videos where it was about how do you truly master balancing being a mysterious person but also show your intellectual side, because I can 100% understand that is such a fine line to truly balance. So I hope this video can kind of give us some guidance, some tips, and I really wanted to then use Kaia Gerber as an example because I have noticed that when it comes to the more younger models of today, I really like Kaia Gerber because she seems like she kind of gets it. She gives off this great image on her social media, on just in general her presence, that she's a very intelligent, articulate young lady, but she's also pretty private about her life. We don't see much except for maybe her boyfriends here and there, but in that sense she doesn't really post any of her relationships like too much, and she doesn't overflow with her opinions and thoughts all the time. In that sense, she does have that mysterious vibe as we see in so many other it girls. So, but also one thing that kind of makes Kaia Gerber a little bit different from the other it girls, I would say, is her articulateness, her intelligence, her way of showing that she does actually have really strong and interesting opinions about things. So we're going to be using her as a character study just to understand more about this. And one of the first things I wanted to say is that have things for yourself that you're very, very good at or excel at. And I mean, and more in the sense that find a certain area that you're very interested in and that you're passionate about, and then completely delve yourself into that and try your best to truly understand and excel in that area. For Kaia Gerber, I've noticed that she really, really enjoys reading. She enjoys reading to that point where she created her own book club, and when quarantine was a really big thing, and then she created this book club where she would have every month a new book to read for everyone to join and discuss with her on her Instagram live. And I thought that was a really, really interesting way of showing that you have an interest, and that's reading, and you're taking it even further by creating your own thing out of it, which for her in this case with book club. So for yourself, it doesn't need to necessarily be books, even though books are amazing, by the way. It can be something else. It can be, I don't know, maybe you're really interested in makeup, then maybe you can learn some new makeup looks that you enjoy, and then maybe take it a step further and take some classes in it. Or it can be whatever you're studying. Let's say you're taking a degree in something you're passionate about, whether that's nursing, being a doctor, or it's literature and languages. Whatever it is, try your best to excel as much as you possibly can. And that way, if you're having a conversation with someone, you'll be able to offer so many interesting things within your area of expertise. And in that sense, I find the most interesting people are the ones that I don't know much about, but when I start having a conversation with them about a certain thing, then they just come up with these completely random, deep and interesting facts, and I just stand there in awe, and I'm just like, wow, this person, I've never really heard much about this person, but they're showing me a side of them that they do have knowledge, they do have it, but they're very, very particularly picky about which times they want to talk about it and who they want to talk about it with. So I think that is all that it is about the balance between mysteriousness and intelligence. and also have interests. As I said before, Kaia Gerber is an avid book reader, but she's also into photography, I've noticed as well. Point is, it doesn't matter what types of interests you have, as long as you do have some interests that are stimulates you and stimulates your brain and makes you want to learn more. There's nothing more attractive than someone that has something to offer when it comes to their brain. I think that is such an underrated thing to think about, but once you do it, you'll become a very magnetic and charismatic person. And another thing when it comes to becoming more mysterious, as well as showing all of this intelligent side of yourself, is do not post too often. Kaia Gerber does not post that often. And when she does post, it's mostly related to her partnerships with different brands. It's never really about where she is or what she's doing and showing so many aspects of her life. It's mostly what's just business. And what else is kind of mysterious about her is that she doesn't really show a very strong presence in her social media in that sense. So I think the point is keep a distance between social media and yourself. And I feel like that is such a important thing to know, because I know today we all have, most likely all of us have Instagram and we have TikTok and we have so many social media platforms. So there's something really refreshing about being a person that is not an avid social media user, doesn't spam with so many pictures and posts. I think that separates you from a lot of other people, and that is all about mysteriousness, being different, being your own unique individual. Lastly, but not least, be unproblematic. I think Kaia Gerber seems like a model and person in general that has a good relationship with her fellow model friends, which are Gigi Hadid and Kendall and all of those other girls. At least in front of the camera they do. They might not behind the scenes, but she does make a good job to make it seem at least that she is very unproblematic and for all of us in the public. And that's what really matters, I think. Be an unproblematic person. Even in her book club lives, she invited so many different people to discuss with her the different books that they were reading, and you could tell that they enjoyed being invited to such things. And that only tells me that Kaia Gerber might be a really good person, in that sense that people actually willingly want to join such a project without gaining much yourself. So in that sense, we can take away that be unproblematic. Don't start unnecessary conflicts, or don't start unnecessary situations that don't really need or deserve your attention. I think always it's easier said than done, but with everything in life, it's practice. So try your best to avoid people that gossip, avoid people that have negative energy and have nothing to offer you besides conversations that are negative and talking badly about other people or just things in general, really, and being problematic. The people that you surround yourself with are usually a nice representation of who you are as well, or who you potentially can become. And so be diligent, be very, very picky about the energy and the people around you. I know that once I started surrounding myself with unproblematic people who were intelligent and wanted to achieve a lot in their lives, that motivates you to do the same and become the exact same person. So Kaia Gerber is she has her mother, who is Cindy Crawford, and obviously that helped her a lot. But I think for us common people, what we can do is choose people in our lives that are just good for us, and that way they will also elevate us as well. So I hope this video made a little sense, and if you enjoyed it, please do comment down below and like and subscribe, and I will see and talk to you guys very, very soon.